Put a mask on.
Hi, I'm Lars. Welcome to Combat Cooking. In this segment I like to call What I'm Making Today. I'm going to take you through the steps and how you can make some clam chowder from scratch. We're going to go get the clams, we're going to go to the market to get the vegetables, and we're going to whip it up here in this tiny kitchen. Hope you stay tuned. I put together an ingredients list for us on our chowder, and the first thing on it's clams. So let's head out to Hood Canal and dig some up. Hi, we're on beautiful Hood Canal, checking it out, looking for the best spot to get a clam. Hope you're pumped, because we're going to see a clam fight. Nope, bad spot. Nope, definitely not. See how the dirt's so muddy? There's no air in it. Clams can't live in that. Here we go, let's dive in. I really like this spot. Now you can see these holes down here, right here, right there. What I've been looking for on the beach. I'm going to get all these silly rocks out of the way. Get ourselves a nice place to work so we're not digging through rocks. So as we clear the surface, we can already see that some of these clams are coming out. We got a clam right there popping out at us, and another one right there. They're not that far, so be really gentle with your strokes. Woo! And we're back. That was fun. Let's head on down to the locals farmers market to get the last few things we need. Ooh, we made it. Let's go in the back way. Bacon, bacon. No, not those ones. They look... now that's an onion. Hi there. Welcome back. I'm going to show you how to take these clams and prep them to make some clam chowder. Most importantly, we want to keep the water at the end of our operation because we're going to use that to make the clam stock. The main thing we're doing here is we're steaming the clams. So we're putting just enough water in with the lid on top of the pot, all the other ingredients, and they're going to fuse together into one. Then we're going to pull the clams out of the shells and prep them for our chowder. Get the butter going real good. You want to get all the way melted down as best you can. And go ahead, throw in your water. Go ahead and dump your wine in. And you're going to bring all this up to temp. Just about medium temperature. Couple pounds of clams. Bumpity bump. Now we're going to cook these and we're going to keep an eye on them until they start to open up. Oh, there they go. They start to pop open for us. Take a closer look at these guys. Oh, yep. Alright. Next step, we're going to pop these out of the shell. Throw them back in the shells back in the water. We're going to strain the clams out of the water. That's going to give us our clam stock. Oh yeah. Clam stock. Chop, 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 chop. I'd like to give you a heads up on the vegetables we're going to be chopping today. It's going to be at a high pace, so some of the cuts and the thicknesses might not represent right. So I've got a link to chopping hacks on my feed. Go ahead and check it out if you like what you see. Vegetables. Carrots, my favorite vegetable. It's very important that we cut them into small quarters. This will ensure that they cook evenly and every little piece of carrot finds its way into every little bite. Yeah. We're going to do the same thing with the onion. Small pieces so we get that nice caramelization taste and a little bit of onion in every little bite. As you can see, I'm cutting the potatoes into 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch pieces. Any smaller, they'll fall apart when they're fully cooked. While I'm waiting for the chowder to heat up, we got 2 free burners. So we're going to throw on our potatoes to par cook, as long as our bacon as well. Get that stuff going so we can speed up this process and get chowder in our belly. I mentioned par cook before. That just simply means we're going to cook the ingredient all the way before we add it to the dish. In this case, we're cooking the potatoes before we add it to the chowder. Next is my favorite, bacon. Chop, 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 chop. You want to cut it into small pieces so when you cook it up, you get that crispy, desired texture we all know and love. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make roux inside of our bacon grease. It's a one-step process, and if you need to backtrack on what roux is, go ahead and check out how to make roux on my feed. You like what you see?
Making bacon roux. The rule of thumb with roux is equal parts oil to flour. In this case, we're using the oil from the bacon, then adding the flour. The next step is cooking the roux until the roux starts to smell like peanuts. And when it's ready, it will smell like peanuts. The next step is very important, caramelization of the vegetables. I start with butter on a high temp, but not too high to burn the butter. Then I'm going to cook down the onions and the carrots until the sugars within the ingredients starts to caramelize on the bottom of the pan. Once you start to see the bottom of the pan become stuck with debris, this is when you add your wine. Acid inside of the wine will remove the fond, also known as the sugars, from the bottom of the pan. It'll take a little bit of scraping, but they'll come up with much ease. Add your clam stock. It brings a deep clam taste throughout the whole dish. The spice mix that I use for all my foods is equal parts of all the spices put into a mortar and pestle and then added in equal amounts. The next ingredients reads cream. 2 cups of cream. This will work. You can always use a non-dairy option as long as it's a cream base. Adding your roux. Now, we made bacon roux earlier and we're going to add that back in. We're going to mix this up very well. The heat's going to break down the oil and expose that gluten, and that's going to cook for about 15 minutes, creating a nice thick palate. Then you add your potatoes and you enjoy your meal. We're ready to eat. Yum. No kitty, that's my chowder!
If you like what you've seen, check out what I got posted next week. We're going to be making teriyaki from scratch.